Hello everyone, I'm Ben Emerald. I'm sure that you've been wondering about the current state of Bounce On Remastered, my video game project which aims to revitalize the 2008 mobile game Bounce On as a brand new cross-platform HD platformer sensation. Well, I have some bad news. Sadly, our videographer is busy, so I'm making this update video on my own. No, I was not about to say what you were probably thinking. Bounce On Remastered is not cancelled. In fact, it's been doing better than ever since the release of our first alpha. We've released several new updates for the game since then, and have even brought the game to Android. However, you'd only have known this if you were on the Bounce On Remastered Discord server. Link in the description. So, let's do a bit of recapping on the state of Bounce On Remastered since March 2022, when we released our first alpha. First up, of course, there's Alpha 1.0.0 itself, and it added in a bunch of brand new features, such as major camera improvements, the addition of the spiky enemy, major UI improvements, the changing of the font to Comic No, the addition of an in-game timer, major death improvements, the addition of jump buffer frames, the addition of the jumper enemy, the addition of a music randomizer, the addition of an overworld map, the addition of a level selection, the addition of the walker enemy, the addition of the soccer ball or football power-up, the addition of a title screen, the addition of the end cannon at the end of levels, the addition of several new levels into the game, the ability to exit levels, as well as a bunch of other stuff that I probably can't remember at this point. All these new features were a major improvement over the prototype edition of the game, and they really set the stage for the future of the project. After that, we released a few patch updates in the forms of Alpha 1.0.1, Alpha 1.0.2, and Alpha 1.0.3. Technical issues caused a delay for Alpha 1.0.3, but everything turned up alright with that in the end. Alphas 1.0.1, 1.0.2, and 1.0.3 added several new features into the game, such as tons of bug fixes, the changing of the game logo, the changing of the application logo, and the addition of the roller enemy into the game. So besides just fixing bugs, we are really working on improving the little things. The new logo and application logo certainly helped the game feel more new, but even with these minor updates, the game still needed significant changes. Alpha 1.1.0 brought one of these major changes, which was the addition of an acceleration system to Bounce. There's not really much to show here, as this update focused entirely on changes to Bounce's movement. However, it certainly made the game feel much better to control. There were some gripes about the new acceleration system for Bounce, though. One of these major gripes was that Bounce turned too quickly, which is a problem that Alpha 1.2.0 aimed to fix. This update was originally going to be called Alpha 1.1.1, but it ended up being called Alpha 1.2.0 due to a major time-consuming bug fix which resulted in massive physics changes. Alpha 1.2.0 specifically removed quick turning from the game, fixed the AI of the roller enemy, and changed several things about the physics of hills within the game. Alpha 1.2.1 added windowed mode to the game, added the ability to exit the game, and fixed several bugs, while Alpha 1.2.2 fixed several things about the windowed mode feature that was added in Alpha 1.2.1. Ultimately, these changes drastically improved the user experience within the game. Essentially, Alphas 1.2.0, 1.2.1, and 1.2.2 focused on major quality of life improvements over all else. However, after the release of Alpha 1.2.2, there were some slight technical issues on our part. Technical issues which ultimately caused us to need to change our entire storage infrastructure. The upcoming Android update that we had planned kept getting delayed and delayed. But we eventually came to somewhat of a solution to these problems, and we finally released the Android update as Alpha 1.3.0, which brought Android support to the game via motion controls. Alpha 1.3.1 furthered these changes by changing the camera scale of the game to match the original more closely, as well as changing the size of bounce to match the original more closely. We also reduced bounce's speed in this update. And, in terms of new features, this update also added the fireball enemy to the game. And beyond that, Alpha 1.3.2 just fixed some minor bugs with the previous version. So, where does that leave us then? Well, that leaves us with the next update for the game. Bounce On Remastered Alpha 2.0.0, the Lost Hills update. This update will bring the entirety of Lost Hills to Bounce On Remastered. Not only that, but no longer will the original game's sprites be used as placeholders. We've been working on brand new sprites for Bounce On Remastered. The talented artists on our team have been working hard to bring the Bounce On style into the modern day without betraying why the style was so good to begin with. Currently, this is all I can really show you in the way of new sprites and artwork, but more will be coming soon, so stay tuned. With all this in mind, I hope you're excited for the Lost Hills update. We currently believe that a reasonable time frame for the release of this update is January to February 2023. Remember, we not only have to recreate every single Lost Hills level from scratch, but we also have to recreate all of the Lost Hills sprites from scratch too. But don't worry, this update will be coming either way. We'll be able to give a more definitive release date once more of the work on this update has been finished. And that concludes this video. I'd like to thank the entire Bounce On Remastered team for their amazing contributions to the project. I'd like to clarify that I'm not doing this project on my own. It's a team effort. The original Alex founded the Bounce On Remastered project back in 2019, which would later merge with my Bounce On for PC prototypes in 2021. DesiDev is the programmer for the Bounce On Remastered website. Nico the Person helped create advertisements for Bounce On Remastered Alpha 1.0.0. Magnum Alpasan is the creator of Bounce On Remastered's current logo. Zerdguy was the creator of Bounce On Remastered's old logo. Pommy108 is the main sprite artist for the project, as well as the leader of the Bounce On Remastered art team. Vinth is a highly talented sprite artist who is also helping to create sprites for the project. Remy is the main sound designer for the project, who is currently working on brand new music for Bounce On Remastered. And finally, Solovisor is the main videographer of our team, as well as the creator of the Bounce On Remastered Alpha 1.0.0 trailer. If you want to stay up to date with the project, please join the Bounce On Remastered Discord server. The link is in the description. There's also a link to download Bounce On Remastered Alpha 1.3.2 for Windows, macOS, Linux, and Android in the description as well. Thank you for watching, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a nice day.